I don't think I've ever been so frozen before.
You've got this, Allie. You're okay.
There was someone that congratulated me when I would do these vigils and ask, when can you speak next? And unfortunately, seeing him now in a picture is something I hope would never happen. It's bittersweet for me to be up here. Kristen, Drew's mom, is a light for me. She knew me when I was very young, and she knew I struggled, and it was me working at a place in Fairfield. I worked at a coffee shop that was a mom and pop place, and she noticed me. She noticed and felt that I had struggles, and because of that, she always kind of looked out for me. And she reached out to me one time, asking to help Drew, and I couldn't be more happy to help him, of all people. But it's a lot of pain comes with that. Having this day be recognized, not only here but internationally, is bittersweet, because there's people that don't make it, but then there's people that also have experienced an overdose and were revived and found recovery. And there's also people that are in recovery that didn't experience that, but could be and it could be them any moment, really. I'm here tonight as someone in recovery. It's hard sometimes for me to speak at an Overdose Awareness Day event, because as a survivor, it comes with a heavy weight sometimes, because I wish all my friends were here too. But I love being here in Fairfield because this is where I grew up. I graduated Fairfield Ward High School, and the opioid epidemic hit us pretty fast and hit our siblings a lot too. And for me, addiction started in my family with a sibling, and watching him go through it, I swore that would never be me. But mental health, trauma, a lot of untreated symptoms and things that I had experienced growing up, I stuffed a lot down, and I sought out really harmful behaviors, and I had a lot of self-harm issues and issues with suicide. And when drugs were introduced to me, they were introduced to me as a saving grace, as something that would work, something that would make me feel better. And sure enough, when I would use, everything that I was experiencing deep inside my soul and spirit would be completely blocked out, and all I would feel was joy and happiness. So it was a high that I chased, that I had no idea was going to be a wrecking ball of my life. I started using opioids, pills at 16, so I was a student right in high school, and I was really good at hiding it. A lot of other people that I was with were pretty good at hiding it as well. And I don't think people believed that it was as serious as it was, but it was pretty bad. And when I got into college, I went to Sacred Heart University, and I moved onto campus, and I thought it was going to be kind of a fresh start for me, but instead it ended up becoming more drugs, more people that were using the same thing as I was. So there became connection and acceptance and admiration almost, and I got sucked up into that lifestyle. But unfortunately, everything kind of caught up with me, and before I knew it, halfway through my freshman year in college, my entire life started falling apart. I experienced what withdrawal was. I experienced what, skipping class and doing all these things to chase the next high. And I had no idea that I was an addict. I didn't label myself as that. I didn't view myself as that. And I quickly learned that I was falling right into that lifestyle. I ended up losing my education because of my addiction. I ended up getting into more drugs. I got into crack cocaine. I got into PCP. I started doing heroin at one point, and once I started doing heroin, my life really spiraled out of control. I was 19 years old, and I lost everything. I lost jobs, I lost friends, I lost family, I lost my home. I ended up homeless for a period of time, and I really thought that my life was just going to be in the streets, being what society calls us, just a castaway and someone that, you would just walk by on the street. And I ended up having a lot of trouble, and I started breaking the law and was doing anything to support my habit. And I ended up incarcerated at the age of 22. I got sent to York Correctional Institution, and I served my sentence there. And when I was released, I started to get better, but I didn't address my mental health, and then it became a spiral, and I relapsed, and that relapse led me to more suicidal thoughts, and my depression just got worse, and everything else just got worse, and I wanted to give up. I wanted to throw in the towel, but luckily I was able to find recovery, and it was really just a minute-by-minute thing. And because of that, I've had a whole brand new life. I've learned what healthy relationships are. I found someone who really sees me for who I am, and I'm close with my family again. I have a job that is incredible. My job now is to help the community by helping teens and young adults cope with anything that they may be going through, whatever that may look like. It doesn't have to be a substance abuse problem. It doesn't have to be necessarily a mental health problem. It could just be someone that's experiencing some struggles and needs some help navigating through that and needs some support. It's something I'm really passionate about, and I spend my free time with friends, with family, with my loved ones, and doing things like this to raise awareness and show that recovery is possible. And even though I can stand up here with years of recovery, I still have struggles. My mental health is still real. I still have to learn how to get up every day and get through my day, especially the hard ones. And honestly, it's day by day. Every day looks different. And what gets me through is my support system, for sure. Sometimes it's just my own practices. I meditate, I read, I write. Those are all really big things for me. My pet is my everything. And people like Drew, because unfortunately in my life I've experienced so many losses. I lost count, and I think of so many of them tonight and today, and I try to honor them every day this month and think of them in little ways, and they should all be here. They're all young people that grew up in this town and right along with me and aren't here anymore, and now it's their younger siblings or some cousins that are growing up and they're experiencing loss, and it's real and it's out there, but fortunately there is help. There is places you can go, and I really encourage you, if you meet someone or you come across someone that's been affected by addiction, don't judge them. My family was completely judged. They still are, despite any of the success that I've had in my life. There's still stigma, and that kind of stigma is going to keep people trapped. It's going to keep people dying, and coming together in a community like this is what will help support things and make change, because it's really impacting everyone. I really am grateful for everyone to be here, and when we light a candle tonight, I just ask that you just think of the family members and the loved ones that are living every day just here in Fairfield County that may be unable to come here tonight, unable to share what they experienced, just know that you're not alone, and there are people here that are ready to welcome you with open arms. So thank you so much for being here.